everybody. Welcome to How to Feed a Loon. I'm Chris.
And I'm Wesley.
The Loon.
The Loon.
And we are really excited because we are continuing our grill
Yay,
fest.
I
Oh,
love
it's
it.
awesome. And I'm really, really excited because today we are making one of my all-time favorite things to eat. I grew up in Texas. I grew up on these. They're better than ever. You love them too. We're going to have some steak fajitas.
Fajitas!
Woohoo! Okay, so I just need to let you know that this is what we're going to be making today, and all of the techniques that are involved, which are not that difficult, but you can easily access them through howtofeedaloon.com.
Yay.
Okay, so all right. There's something really special about this particular cut of meat that we're going to be preparing to pure perfection. First of all, it's a unique cut of steak called a flap steak.
Flap.
Flap.
Like a flap, flap, flap,
Right,
flap.
right,
Your travels away.
Exactly, just like that. What it is it comes from the bottom portion of the sirloin of the cow, and it's similar to the skirt steak, which is typically used for fajitas, for steak fajitas. But this is even better because it's even marbled, and it's incredible. And there's even one more better reason why this is so good. This is Wagyu steak. It's amazing. This was sent to us from our good friends at Food Shed Exchange.
Oh, love these guys.
They are so great.
You know, they have an online platform that they use to connect the chef with the farmer or the rancher.
Right.
So they cut out the middleman altogether. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I mean, they're really revolutionizing the way that chefs and now people like us, food enthusiasts, and people like you who really appreciate good food, get good food. They really take organic to the next level. You know this cut of meat, you know exactly where it originated from, how it was raised, where it was processed, and how it was even delivered to you. I mean, it's really good, and it's so awesome. Good. And they do way more than just steak. But we'll talk even more about that a little later. Yay. Okay, well let's get preparing this.
Get this party started.
Just so you know, this is one of those dishes that you got to. It's going to take a little time just because it needs to marinate. So I like to start this the night before I'm going to prepare it and get a nice marinade. Put it in the refrigerator, let it marinate overnight, and then we're going to fire up that grill, and it's going to be phenomenal. Okay, all right. So let's just put this off to the side, okay, Mr. Loon?
No problem. Now you used some salt on this before.
Yes, what I did, I like to, whenever I'm seasoning my meat, especially if it's going to be a slow cook and if it's going to go on the grill, I apply my salt early on. Let that sort of absorb into the meat. It works with the moistures. It starts to work with those connective tissues.
Gets it all the good and
yeah. And then you apply your seasonings and your marinade, and it all blends in together. I just think it works better that way. That's my way of doing it. You may have heard differently, but it works well for us. So we're going to start off with a very simple marinade. Of course, the main ingredient of every marinade is you need some sort of acid that's going to work on those connective tissues to really start to break them down, to make them even more tender than you can possibly imagine. So we've got some
muscles.
Yep, we've got some lime, fresh lime juice, and then we're going to add some aromatic seasonings, some green onions or scallions. We've got some cilantro. We've got some garlic. We've got some red pepper for a little kick. This is some ground coriander. It's really good, and it goes so well in this marinade. Yeah, you can. And this is even roasted ground coriander. You can find it. You can find it in your gourmet section of your spices. It's not that hard to find. If you can't find it, no big deal. You could replace it with cumin, ground cumin, or just not have it. It's you know, this is a pretty flexible. It's all about the meat anyway. And then I've got right here, which is what I call Chris's fajita seasoning. It's a combination of all lovely kinds of spices.
KFS. Chris's fajita seasoning.
That's right. There's a brand there waiting to be born. And so you can get this recipe online. It's really easy from How to Feed a Loon, or you can use your own favorite fajita seasoning. But I actually am a little partial to this. I don't know why.
That's delicious, that's for sure.
That's
delicious.
Why. Okay, so what I'm going to do is my handy little lime squeezer. Oh, you know what? It'd be helpful if I turned the lime the right way. Okay. There you go. I did that once, and lime squirted right up in my eye. It's not fun. Oh, my eye. Okay, so we're going to do this. See, and all that beautiful lime juice comes right out of there. I just love this little contraption, which also is available at the market on How to Feed a Loon. Just putting it out there. Okay.
Look at that.
That's really, really good.
The lime.
Okay.
The lime and the cooking.
Now, there's another thing that we're going to need. I'm going to put a little vegetable oil in that, so if you could just grab me that.
Yes, sir.
This just helps to kind of, what I say, lubricate the sauce a little bit. I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons in there. 2, 3, you know, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's go ahead and put these green onions in there. Let's put this delicious cilantro. It's so good. And the smell of this, trust me, after it's been marinated and just sitting on that meat all night, wow, it's real
so good.
So again, this is, you know, this has got some spice, so do what you like. I do a good healthy pinch. About a half a teaspoon of that probably. This you don't need a ton. I would say anywhere from a 1/4 teaspoon to an 1/8 of a teaspoon. I'm going to do a nice heaping 1/8 of a teaspoon just because I love it so much.
That's lovely.
Now you're going to save the seasoning to put that on after you've applied the marinade. Okay?
Lovely.
All right. I need
I'll get a
something
fork.
to stir. Get me a fork, would you, Wesley? We got to be flexible here in the How to Feed a Loon kitchen.
And I always have a fork handy.
He didn't have his fork. Well, it's because it wasn't ready to eat. That was the problem. So, okay. All right, we're going to easily stir this
look at
up.
that.
Okay? That's all you do. Now,
Yay.
it's the magic of that acid and those seasonings that's really going to just interact with this meat and to make it super
All right.
tender.
We're bringing back the meat.
Bringing back
the meat.
Okay, so now we're going to just pour this on.
Ooh.
Be very liberal
Yes.
about it. Okay, now I'm going to use my hands here. Now, a special note about that in just a moment.
You're gonna flip that.
I'm going to flip it. Now, it's really important when you're dealing with raw meat like this. There's going to be, if you go and touch something else, you could be transferring bacteria.
Ooh.
They could fester, and it could then someone else get on someone else's food, and they can get sick. You don't want that. So it's
Yes.
really important. You can wear gloves, but just don't transfer what you've got on your hands here to anything else in the kitchen. So I'm going to go wash my hands.
And I'm gonna pour that.
And you're going to pour the rest on.
Yay!
And then you're going to put the lid on that.
Okay. Here I am, alone again with the meat. Lovely.
How's it coming?
I think it's perfect.
That looks really, really good.
I think it's really good. Now I'm gonna put the lid on it.
Yeah, let's just give it a little shake around. We can use this so I don't have to touch it again. Okay. It's already I mean, this meat is so tender to begin with. Okay, so now we've got this beautiful marinade on. Now we need to apply this fajita seasoning that I was
let me
talking
do that.
about.
I
You want
wanna
to
do
do that?
that,
Okay,
yes.
so just sprinkle it liberally. You know,
Chris's-
get a nice layer. Don't overdo it, but get a nice layer of it.
Chris's fajita seasoning.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You do a little more. Just don't be too dainty with it.
All right.
Get a little over in here.
Ooh.
Okay, that's
Okay,
good.
okay.
Okay, now I'm going to flip it for you.
Oh, then you gotta wash your hands again.
That's right. I'll tumble for ya. Showing my age.
Yay.
Okay, I'm gonna go wash my hands.
And I'll sprinkle.
You sprinkle that, and then put a lid on it.
Fine, I'll put a lid on it.
I love saying that to you. You know what, Loon? Put a lid on it. Okay. Oh, that
Okay.
looks. I just gotta smell it one more time. Okay, that looks really, really great. Okay, so now it's marinate time, and this goes into the refrigerator for anywhere, I would say anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. You could do a little less than 8 if you're really crunched for time, but to get optimum flavor enhancement, do it 8 to 12. You don't want to go beyond 12 because then that acid really starts to break down the meat almost too much, and it becomes too mushy almost. So, in the interest of time, we have already prepared a steak that has already been marinated. We did this last. Oh, wow, look at that. You thought it smelled good before. Wait till you smell it after it's been marinating all
Wow.
day.
Wow.
So that's amazing. So now this is ready for the grill.
Yay!
We've got our grill all set up outside. All we got to do is take this out there, put it on there. It's going to take probably about 30, 40 minutes to get it to just the perfect temperature and for grilling. And we'll see you outside. Oh, wow.
Those
Look
look
at
so
this.
good.
Doesn't it look
Yes.
good? Okay,
Yeah.
we're ready to make our incredible fajitas. We're going to put this flap steak, which is very similar to skirt steak, like we already said. It's Wagyu, and we're going to put it on our Weber grill, and we're going to let this cook up over direct heat.
Yes, direct
And
heat.
it's going to be amazing. Okay, Loon, if you can hold that and help me. This has
Yes.
been marinating, and this stuff gets so tender, it always makes me a little
right.
nervous that it's going to
Ooh, no,
come
that's
apart.
perfect. There you go.
But
Flap
there
it
we
right
go.
there.
You hear the sizzle?
There you go. Get that over there. Yeah.
Beautiful.
All right.
Oh, yeah, you can already smell it. That's how ridiculously good this is.
Now, how long is this going to take?
Okay, now what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to get this internal temperature to about 135 degrees. I would strongly recommend using an instant read thermometer. Then that way you're going to know for sure that you're going to get it to 135, which is where we like it, which is kind of medium rare. If you want it more medium, you can get it up to 145. That's no problem.
Yeah, and you can get that in our store.
You can get that in our store, absolutely, at howtofeedaloon.com. Okay,
right,
let's
I'm
put
gonna
her
cover
back
this
on.
up. How long? 40, 15,
It's going to
20
take
minutes?
about 40 minutes. You got to just measure. This was a thicker piece of meat, so it could take a little bit longer. You just have to measure it with your thermometer, and we'll be back in a little bit to get the golden, beautiful piece of meat.
I'm just going to drink this right
No, don't do that.
Ooh, that is to die for.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know what to say.
You can't even wait.
Breathe. Okay, so obviously, as you can see, this beautiful piece of meat, it's not as thin as your typical skirt steak.
That's
but
all right by me.
It's so
The meatier the better.
I know, it's so unbelievable. So while this was cooking, I cut up 2 large white onions.
And that's like a caramelization kind of thing?
That's exactly what it is. I put in some vegetable oil. Probably, I would say for 2 large white onions, I would do at least 2 tablespoons, maybe 3. And you really let those start to cook down. And the sugars come out and they caramelize. The flavors, it's so unbelievable. I have a little secret weapon that I've been doing for years that I just love.
Yay.
I add a little bit of soy sauce to this. It gives a little added depth of flavor. Probably maybe 2 tablespoons. It's so good. Again, you're going to find this complete recipe online at How to Feed a Loon.
Can't wait.
I know. The anticipation is ridiculous.
I'm dying.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this up. I'm going to cut it in half because it's so
it's
big,
too big,
and then
yeah.
we'll slice it up.
Against the grain?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. So
okay.
you see how the grain of the meat is. We're going to cut against it, and that we just love to do that because it makes the meat so easy to eat, and it's so delicious. And then we're going to put it all together on this fajita pan that we've been heating over medium high heat, and then you're going to make yourself a fajita.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I don't know what else
I can't
to say.
even stand it.
So, okay.
All right.
Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and cut right into here.
Oh,
it's like cutting through butter.
Look at that. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay.
I don't even know what to say.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. I'm going to cut us a bunch of pieces.
There you go. Ooh, that's so lovely. Now that is against the grain. That's lovely.
So it's really, really lovely.
Yay. Fajita meat. Fajita meat.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to.
I know. Well, it's hard not to. All right, let me just cut this up a little bit because I want to put this. Oh, look how tender that is, Wesley.
Oh, that's so lovely.
It's like melting your hands and your mouth. Okay.
All right. So now you put that on for like presentation purposes, like you're throwing a big party.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about impressive.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn these babies off.
Okay.
They're good. They're so delicious. I just love these types of onions.
And it's kind of like a bed of onions for your fajitas.
And they're gonna, and then they're really gonna. Ooh, ooh. A bed of onions for this amazing meat, as if it needs more flavor.
A bed of onions. I know.
Good heavens.
Oh,
okay,
Lord.
now
Good
let's
old
go ahead.
Aerosmith. Maybe not Aerosmith.
No, it's Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. It's roses, not onions.
Roses. Doesn't that look phenomenal?
Oh, wow. Look at that meat. I cannot wait to try that. I'm dying. Once again, it's been 2 days, I think, that this has been preparing. Voila. Now, this you do as the final, like, voila. Oh, wow. Look at that.
Now, if we were in a really fancy restaurant, I would carry this out like this, trying not to spill it all over people. People would be going, oh my God, what is that smell? That's amazing.
All right.
Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you, we've got all of our accoutrements here. So we've got some warmed tortillas.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do what I do best, which is
build a
fajita.
So we got some warm tortillas. You can even make your own. You can go to How to Feed a Loon and see how to make your own. These are homemade tortillas. We got some homemade black beans.
Mm-hmm.
That are
Smear those on. A little sour cream.
Sour cream, homemade guacamole, pico de gallo.
I'm going fast.
cheese, and salsa.
Oh, look at
So
that.
I'm gonna, while the Loon is building this
Now
beautiful structure, why don't we trade places? While the Loon is building this amazing work of art, I just again wanted to say thank you so much to our friends at Food Shed Exchange. As you can see,
yes.
their quality of their product is so superior, and
Amazing.
I just wish you could be here to try and taste this. You
Go
really
to the
gotta check it out.
marketplace. The marketplace has all of their products on it that you can buy.
And they
the
have
food enthusiasts.
The food enthusiasts, people like you. They have even other stuff than just Wagyu beef. They have a whole bunch of other products. So check them out. They're really, really
Little
good.
cheese.
Okay, it's getting close to showtime.
A little
here.
salsa. This is
That's what you call a fajita.
the perfect fajita. All right, are we ready?
With the sizzling in the
I know.
background. Perfect song.
Are we ready?
I'm so jealous. Hurry up.
All right, sorry. Okay, folks, here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now that is Loon approved.
And that's how to feed a Loon.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, y'all. We'll see you
Thank
later.
you.